Hello there, this is Dina of Soul Purpose Publishing and Coaching. And today, the title of my video is that you are fully in charge of your well being. So, in other words, 100%. Now, of course, what what I mean by well being is the well being of your mental, your emotional, and of course, also definitely your physical body because they are all related. Now, every moment there is a neuro-cocktail that pumps through your body that touches every cell in your body. And that neuro-cocktail comprises of three neurotransmitters. They're also hormones, and they are noradrenaline, dopamine, and serotonin. Now, of course, there are many neurotransmitters, but these are the most important three. And the ratio of how this is put together, the ratio of these three components depends on, you guessed it, your thoughts. Your thoughts and emotions determine the ratio. So if you think happy thoughts, then of course there's very little adrenaline. Of course, we need adrenaline because it gives us drive. If you don't have any adrenaline, you're not doing anything. Okay? So we need a little bit of noradrenaline. But when you think happy thoughts, there's a little noradrenaline and there is loads of dopamine and serotonin. Now, of course, dopamine is really pumped when you feel gratified, when you feel satisfaction of something that you have created. It's self gratification. Serotonin is related to kindness, to when you are kind, when your kindness is done to you, when you are doing kindness to others. And of course, when we exercise, there's also dopamine and endorphins and all kinds of good things. Our body needs to move. We have a spinal cord. We are electrical beings. Okay? We need to move the energy through our body. It's very important. Otherwise, we become all stagnated. Okay? Now, when you think unhappy thoughts, then of course the ratio is quite different. Then there's lots of noradrenaline, very little or no dopamine, no serotonin. And of course, those unhappy thoughts and emotions activate your amygdala, your fight or flight part of your brain. And that stimulates again the cortisol, the stress hormone. Now, too much of that produces inflammation in your body. Because the moment all this adrenaline and cortisol comes in, your body thinks there's danger. And all the blood is taken away from the organs, is all going to the muscles. Your neurocortex is blanked out because you are totally functional on instinct. Okay, so I want to tell you a story of my son when he was about 4. We had some renovations made to our home, and we had this huge gate installed. You know, a sliding gate, big iron gate, and we were waiting. The builders were waiting for the motor, so it wasn't secure yet. Now, my little son, he wanted to go out the gate and next door to Granny and Grandpa. And the moment he slid that gate, he moved it. It fell on top of him. He was 4. My daughter, who was 6, she came in and screaming, "The gate is on top of Mornay." So my husband and my father-in-law ran out both. You know what? Those two men picked up that gate and put it back on the rail. Now, earlier in the week, it took 6 men to do the same thing. So when we are in danger, it is very powerful. But when you are habitually thinking these, get yourself in that, because that was a stress response. But if you are habitually and continuously in a stress response due to what you are thinking and feeling, then your body is heading for disease. Okay? Now, so it's very important to think happy thoughts. It's very important to know that a continuous stress response means that you are in your reality of assumptions. They're all false. They're all false ideas, illusions about assumption about this reality that we are creating. It's not real. It might look like it's real, and it might be a fact that you have a money or whatever challenge. Yes, I've had that too. But our assumptions, our meanings about it, is what's creating the emotions of the low vibrations of fear and anger and despair. Okay? And when we are in that kind of vibration, it's impossible to attract anything good to you. You first have to lift your vibration to a higher place, to a higher frequency. So, how do we do that? We get ahead of those assumptions. We realize, and self-awareness, and once again, is key here. You gotta be aware. You gotta be aware that when you start feeling, and because it's sneaky, it comes. The thoughts of doubt, the thoughts of stress, the thing is, oh my God, I don't have enough money to pay the bills, or I'm going to lose my job, I don't have enough clients, whatever. When we do that and we are perpetuating in that, we are in that problem cycle. We're also in our victim cycle. You cannot solve a problem from the same level of mind that you created it. And that is what Einstein said. So we've got to shift. We've got to shift to our vision. We've got to shift to our creator. And it's difficult in the beginning, but yes, I know, because I've mastered it, not even really mastered it, but I'm getting there. It's practice. It takes practice. But you know what? You can do it. So what's important is these are all triggers. Okay, it's triggers that you look at your bank account, or you get an SMS or something on your phone that tells you something that triggers the stress response. And as you know, in the videos that I've made before, you cannot change the trigger, but you can change your relationship to the trigger. You can maintain through practice neutrality to the trigger and say, I see you. Yes, I know that is the case. That's okay. Because the moment we accept the worst case scenario and we don't fight it, it sets us free. So yes, I surrender. It's okay. The moment you do that, you are at a much higher vibration. And now, if you stay there, you open your mind to receiving ideas and solutions of overcoming whatever it is you need to overcome. You've got to shift. You've got to shift your attention. So when you have those feelings, don't fight it. Don't dwell on it. Step out. So I see you. I see you. And then I choose to shift to my vision. Because by that way, when you see it and you acknowledge it, you can also say, and I release it. And feel, breathe out, take a breath. Do it ritualistically, sorry, English is actually my second language. So sometimes I get the words wrong. Okay, so that's very important. Breathe. Now, find your happy place. Find what it is that makes you happy. Like your go-to happy thing that lifts your vibration immediately. Whether it's music, whether it's going for a walk, whether it's just breathing, whether it's having a beautiful phrase that you read. Gratitude is very powerful. Just be grateful. Be grateful for that thought. Because you know what? It takes, because it gave you more awareness. Okay? So gratitude, presence. Be in the present moment. Bring yourself back to your present moment. Breathe. That's all ideas to stay in a good vibration, to allow yourself to be in your creator mode, to attract your good. Because remember, we attract who we are. We attract according to our energy field, whatever we are radiating. Okay? So what this just come down to, my husband used to say, that in the corporate world, they often give you the responsibility, but they don't give you the authority. They expect you to do everything right, but they don't give you the authority to make decisions. This is not true for you in your life. In this life, you as a created being, you have the responsibility and you have also the authority. There's no one outside of yourself to decide your well-being, to choose the thoughts that you would like to entertain, the feelings you would like to feel in your body. It's only up to you. Now, as that can sound scary, because there's no one else to blame for anything, but it's also so liberating and it's also so powerful that there's no one else. You have the authority. You have the responsibility. I hope this has been helpful, and let me know your thoughts on this. I would really appreciate it. And I'll chat to you soon. Bye for now.